Disclaimer, this video is old as due to months of procrastination and audio problems. The day we filmed were way too windy and I didn't have a wind blocker thingy. Viewer discretion is advised.
My name is Austin Norman, survival expert. Today, I'm going to teach you how to survive in the wild. Let's go. Out here, I'm going to teach you how to survive, no matter what it takes. Out here in the wild, you have to have appropriate apparel. Like myself, I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt so I don't get cold, jeans so I don't cut my legs, but the most important thing, footwear. Now, as a survivalist, you have two options: hiking boots or Nikes. I myself am a professional, so I'm going to pick the Nikes. Ow. Out here in the wild, one of the last things you want to do is get dehydrated. But out here, there's no source of water around, so you're going to have to resort to one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen on television. Drink your own pee. I was lucky enough to bring out this bottle. So shall it begin? That is, folks, a very unhealthy amount of yin. Now this is the hard part, drinking it. That's the most... Not doing that again. I'd rather die. It's actually quite beautiful out here, as you can see. But I have no time to stand around and daydream. I have to find food before night falls. People may not know this, but pine needles, great source of vitamin D.
C.
C, of course. Just testing you. Let me demonstrate. It's just like a ramen noodle. Ugh. It's like sour. Can I not do this anymore? Would you look at this? Marshmallow shrub. These are indigenous to the wildlife around me. Some of them can be poisonous, but these look pretty good. You can tell if they're poisonous if they're smaller versions of these, but these look pretty ripe. You just take some of them. Living out here in the wildlife, you don't just have to resort to awkward tasting pine needles. But you can't just eat them raw like this. You have to find the other ingredients so we can make some s'mores. Let's go. Now that we've found our marshmallows, we have to look for the graham cracker growths. Messed up. Now that we found our marshmallow plants, we have to find the graham cracker growths. They're not quite as indigenous as the marshmallow shrub, but they were imported by Boy Scouts who were then later slaughtered by the Native Americans. Now that we've found our marshmallow shrubs, we have to look for the graham cracker growths. They're not quite as indigenous to the wildlife around me as the marshmallow shrubs. In fact, they were imported by the Boy Scouts of America. Here we see a patch. These smaller ones, as like the marshmallow shrubs, aren't as healthy, so you want to find the biggest one. See, that one's a trick. It's supposed to psych you out. This one looks pretty good. Yes. So does this one. I think we have our ingredients. off mid-sentence. These are the most disgusting ball candies I've ever tasted in my entire life. They are on par with pine needles in the end. But around this area, we'll have a sweet, savory treat for us. All we need is a dowsing stick. This should do. Now all you have to do is scan the ground like this. And you should find it. It should start shaking when you're mid-sentence. It should be somewhere around here. Oh, I was correct. Chocolate, the last ingredient we need. Now that we've acquired all the ingredients, all we have to do is heat it up. This process should take about 5 hours. I'll see you then. The last most important thing about surviving in the wild is navigation. You want to make sure you can find your way out of any scenario. Best way to do this is by following your foot tracks. So we were just filming over bollocks. I think we're lost.
It was at that moment I realized I had to get out of there before night fell because of the cold and the critters, and I'm scared of the dark.
Are you gonna stand there and film me or help? Gah. Well, it seems I've cut my finger open, so I'm gonna have to make my own makeshift band-aid before I bleed out. Let's go. And that's how it's done, folks. Your own makeshift band-aid. Well, looks like I found my ticket back to civilization. And I will... My name's Austin Oman, and this has been Guy vs. Wild. I'll see you in the next episode.